Mind Fitness Doctor, medicine for your body, mind and soul, mindfulness-based yoga, coaching and therapy.
Right, so welcome to the last day of the Stress Reset, and today it's all about letting it in. So we talked about how we can rewire our brains and build resilience by 3 processes. So the first one is the letting go, and we talked about how that correlates with the first principle of Yin Yoga, which is kind of playing your edge. And then the second principle is about resolving to be still, and that correlates with mindfulness. And today we are surrendering to time. So giving yourself these 30 minutes to let it all in. And I'll explain, we use Hanson's heel to let it in. And today we'll be letting in maybe a little bit, beginning to let in maybe a little bit of self-kindness and gratitude. So if you want to start in a seated meditation, we start with a seated meditation. Yin Yoga is just holding poses for a period of time on the floor, and today we're going to be doing our upper body. So you can start in the seated meditation, or you can start with your with a pillow or a block, or you can use books if you want to. Quite a nice way is to have some elevation to your pillow, or it could be flat, and then coming down onto your back and ready to start the meditation. So just letting the dust settle. Letting go of maybe some hustle and bustle that brought you here today. Even though it's early in the morning, it's still a bit of organising to get yourself on Facebook or Zoom. Just letting go of that. And giving yourself the gift of letting go your mental to-do list. And just coming right here, right now, into this present moment. Knowing that we can use our senses to access us into the present moment. So perhaps feeling the sensations of your breath. Wherever you may feel it today, it may be at your nose, it may be in your chest, or it might be in your abdomen. And the invitation is to take 3 deep breaths into your belly, perhaps placing your hands on the belly. Feeling it inflate like a balloon on the in-breath. And then feeling it coming back down to your spine on the out-breath. And another breath in. Maybe extending the out breath, slowly accessing that yin breath. Yang breath is our in breath, increasing our heart rate. And the yin breath is the letting go out breath. Knowing that we need both to find balance in life. We're needing the yin and we're needing the yang. With heart rate variability. And perhaps as the theme today is on letting it in, perhaps on the next in-breath, letting in a sense of soothing, softness and kindness for yourself. Maybe if it helps to place a hand on the heart. And then on the out breath, sending that kindness. People in your life that you know may need it. Just letting in that sense of soothing and calm. And then bringing your attention to your heart space. Setting a sankalpa for our practice today. And perhaps accessing your purpose and meaning, your values in life. The lighthouse that you're navigating this boat of life towards. Maybe self-care, personal transformation, picking the core values that perhaps resonates with you this morning. Meaningful work, family, connection, compassion. And then setting a goal for your practice or an intention for your practice today. It may be to let in some kindness, to treat yourself with kindness this morning. It may just be to create space for you to be a human being rather than a human doing. And then perhaps accessing that mind fitness skill, that inner resource of kindness. And bringing a kind curiosity to your practice today. And then in your own time and when you're ready, bringing some movement to your fingers and your toes. Accessing one last breath. And then making your way to all fours for the best upper body posture. You may want to find a pillow or a book. You don't necessarily need it, but you may want to have it close to you. So I've got a block, but you can use a block or a pillow. And so this posture is called threading your needle. As in all of Yin Yoga, knowing that Yin Yoga is about a target area, I'll give you a few options and variations. I'm just going to put this down a little bit because you can see more. And so this is taking our left hand under our right hand and then bringing our cheek to the floor. If your cheek doesn't reach the floor, then going for a block or even a pillow, feeling that stretch across that upper chest. Now you can keep your right hand as it is, or you can extend it up over your head, feeling a different stretch. Or you can bring it down onto your lower back. Just having a play with those variations. Or if you've got access to a wall, you can come back against a wall and get that stretch in that upper chest by placing your hand up against the wall in a right angle, or just having a play, extending it back. It's quite nice to do this one and through your day, like finding a doorway when you are on your computer all day, kind of releasing those upper body knots by placing your hand on the wall, either with your hand at a right angle or with your hand behind you. So knowing that Yin Yoga is about the target area, not a target pose. So it's about what we feel like in the pose rather than what we look like. And so that's why we always offer different variations for people to access the area of stretch, because everybody's body is different. We all have different skeletal structure, so we're all going to look different in the pose. And so we come to that target area, we come to that sense of feeling, and then we play our edge, that first principle of Yin Yoga and that first principle of kind of letting go. So we come to that edge of that sensation and we recognize where our zone of resilience is, where we can find our comfort in our discomfort and not pushing beyond into overwhelm and physical pain, but pushing a little bit, not having no sensation where we are in our zone of safety. So this physical playing our edge can relate in life to the emotional playing of our edge as well. Knowing that sometimes if we let go, that things open up and we flow more with life. So in your own time and when you're ready, if you've done this posture or the posture on the wall, maybe gently putting some pressure through that right hand and uncurling, bringing your hand through and coming back down. In Yin Yoga, we also have mini breaks in between. We have what's called a rebound. So maybe finding your back, or maybe finding some movement that you may need to release that upper body. And the reason that we hold these postures for the 3 minutes is that after a minute and a half, our fascial network has cells called fibroblasts in them. And the theory is that after 90 seconds, these fibroblasts get stimulated to release collagen and elastin, bring hydrolonic area into the ground substance, which brings in water. And so the stretching actually stimulates this process. And when we go back into rebound, our tissues go back into alignment, moving more smoothly and being more hydrated. Paul Grilly, the anatomist that described Yin Yoga, or was one of the forefathers of Yin Yoga, said this is where the magic happens. Even though we are in stillness and in silence, microscopically, this is where the magic happens. So in your own time, and when you're ready, it's coming to the opposite side this time. So this time, maybe taking that right hand under your left arm, bringing your right cheek to the floor. You might want to extend that left arm up above, or you may want to bring your hand to your lower back, knowing that each side is different. Or you may want to find access with a wall, bringing your hand up to the wall, sometimes using the opposite hand to look over your shoulder creates more of a stretch. So once we have played our edge, we then resolve to be still, knowing that in life we move, we're busy, because we're avoiding discomfort and craving ease. But in resolving to be still, we can see what arises with mindfulness. So maybe perhaps using that acronym of SOAR that we explored yesterday to look at your sensations of your stretch. So observing the sensations of your stretch to come into the present moment. Then starting to observe it like a curious scientist. Do the sensations of your stretch have a dense, or is it in one place? Is it moving or is it still? Maybe it has a colour. Maybe it has a temperature. So just observing it like that curious scientist. And then perhaps softening and soothing around the edges with kindness, allowing space for it just to be, and then trying to release our thoughts or judgments, knowing that we can't get rid of our thoughts, but that we can create space for them. So in your own time, and when you're ready, just releasing that posture. If you are in a threaded needle, you may want to put some pressure through your hand that's not underneath, and push yourself up to all fours, and then coming to a rebound position. So if you have access to a wall, that's actually quite a nice rebound. Walls are always good places to find if you are feeling in that zone of overwhelm. It's a really nice posture to ground us and bring us back into our zone of resilience. So I'll go through SOAR again. SOAR is mindfulness in action, like the bird here, the kiriru. Mindfulness is the bird who has two wings, the wing of insight and the wing of compassion. And we use SOAR to do both. So we use our senses of sight, smell, of hearing, sensations of our stretch to come into the present moment, to anchor us into the present moment. And then we start to observe the sensations of that stretch, or we start to observe emotions, which are just sensations. Our thoughts are our interpretations of our sensations, of our emotions. And then A is for creating space, allowing it to just be, treating it with kindness. And R is for releasing thoughts and judgments, that cognitive diffusion. So in your own time and when you're ready, we're going to come to our backs, and we're going to come to a spinal twist, but being aware of our upper body in the spinal twist, but it's basically for the whole body. So we have options and variations in this twist. You can bend your knee, you can bend your right knee, bringing it over your left knee and to the floor, either to a block or a bolster. You can bend both knees, bringing them over to the left, or you can do twisted roots, bringing the right knee over the left knee and bringing it to the floor. I can never get to the floor, so I use a block or a bolster. And then being aware of that right shoulder area, bringing your hands out to the side, or you may want to bring your right arm all the way up to the top of your mat that gets under that shoulder blade if your shoulder is down to the ground. If it's not, that's fine. You can also place a pillow under that shoulder and coming into that spinal twist. And so we are letting it in today. That's the final process of the rewiring, is to let it in with heel. We surrender to time so that our fascia does its stretching. And then while we are surrendering to time, we let the good in. We let things in such as kindness, gratitude, awe, and we do this by using Rick Hanson's acronym of HEAL. So perhaps in this position, feeling a sense of kindness to yourself. Perhaps that soothing in-breath. So the H is for having a positive experience. Rick Hanson says that we are Velcro for the negative and Teflon for the positive. So this is a way of rewiring the positive passing states into neural traits. So having that positive experience and then enriching it with all your five senses. What do you smell and taste and see? And then perhaps absorbing that sense of kindness into every cell of your body. And 2 or 3 breaths like water going into a sponge. In your own time, and when you're ready, coming back down to a rebound. We're just going to go over a little bit of time again today, sorry. Quite hard to keep to 30 minutes. So just going through that acronym again. So imagining yourself perhaps watching the sunrise this morning, having that sense of awe. You have that awe as a positive experience. And instead of just saying, oh, that's nice, and walking past, you stop. You pause. You enrich it with all your senses. You see the changing colours in the water. You hear the bird song. You hear the lapping of the water against the beach. Perhaps smelling newly cut grass. And placing that experience on steroids, and then you absorb it into every cell of your body. And then the L is an optional heal. And so we're doing the first H-E-A in this practice. And so now coming to the opposite side, bending your knees to come to the opposite twist, either the left leg coming down to the side, or bending both knees, bringing them both down to the right hand side, or doing that twisted root with the left knee over the right knee and bringing it down to the right hand side, and then feeling into your left shoulder this time, perhaps having a play with where you place that left arm and feeling into that target area of that left shoulder. And so the poem today kind of encapsulates letting it in, but also a lot of the processes that we've been going over in the last 3 days. My Balm by Jane O'Shea. I close my eyes and sigh, and here I am, lying in the hammock in my heart, moving gently with the soft air of my breath. When I fall from my head past my words, I'm caught lovingly by the hammock of my heart, and rocked to its rhythmic beat. It is my peace, my rest, my quiet, cradled in the hammock of my heart. It is constant, it is safe to be held in the hammock of my heart. No place to go, nothing to do, nobody to please. It is my altar, my blessing, my balm, here in the hammock of my heart. So in your own time and when you're ready, just bringing your legs back up to the midline and then coming down for a final Shavasana. If you're needing to go, that's absolutely fine. But otherwise, coming down, finding some warmth, finding a blanket maybe, just coming down for our final relaxation. So perhaps feeling your body held by the earth, by the floor underneath you. Feeling the sensation of your body being held. Perhaps using your senses to come into the present moment, perhaps the sensations of your breath. And then gently connecting in with your core values, maybe that of self-care today. Perhaps setting a goal or taking Yin Yoga off the mat into your week, maybe treating yourself with a little bit of kindness. Perhaps asking yourself, what do I need in this moment? And then connecting in with that inner resource of self-compassion that you possess, to let in that sense of kindness. And you're letting go of the sankalpa and coming to our body scan. Perhaps when we're relaxing our body, treating each body part with some kindness. So relaxing and releasing our feet, our ankles, our lower legs, our knees, our upper legs, our thighs, just releasing and relaxing and letting go. And then bringing your attention to your lower back, bringing it up each of the vertebrae of your back, releasing and relaxing your lower back, your middle back, under those shoulder blades, maybe having some gratitude, stretching our upper bodies today. And then up over our shoulders, down our arms, all the way to our hands, literally letting go. Our abdomen, our chest, letting go. The front of our neck, the back of our neck, over the top of our scalp, down around our forehead, our eyes. releasing all the muscles of your face. And then in your own time, and when you're ready, bringing your hands together, rubbing them hard, really. Bringing all that energy onto your face, feeling that soothing nature of placing your hands on your face if you're comfortable with that. And then opening your eyes into your hands and coming into the present moment. And then bringing yourself onto your right hand side or your left hand side. Maybe it's an invitation to do a pleasure walk in your garden or around where you live today, taking in all the good, going slowly around your garden and being aware of all of your senses. That's the practice for today. And now just coming to a comfortable seated position and finishing with the serenity prayer. May I accept the things I cannot change. May I have courage to change the things I can. And may I gain the wisdom to know the difference. May we accept the things we cannot change. May we have courage to change the things we can. And may we gain the wisdom to know the difference. And my wish is that for you today is that you can surrender to time and take in the good in your life. Namaste.